Today we're reviewing a brand that has a lot of sponsored athletes. I am not one of them. I bought all of this with my own money. I am reviewing Ryderwear today. If you're unfamiliar with Ryderwear, they're a pretty big fitness brand based in Australia. When I was first starting on Instagram, Ryderwear was reaching out to like everyone with like 2,000 to 3,000 followers or more. I think at that point I had like 8,000 followers, and it sounded really exciting at first. It was obviously the first brand to reach out to anyone offering like an exclusive athlete contract. So a ton of my Instagram friends started signing with them. There were just a couple that I was talking to that we were like kind of like hesitant about it, because first of all, it wasn't a paid contract, at least for me, and they wanted like a ton of posts per week. I think like 4 posts a week. And at that point I hadn't even tried anything. They did let you try it before you signed the contract. But even at that point, I was doing a lot of activewear reviews already on my channel, and having an exclusivity contract with any brand kind of like makes the whole point of my channel like null, because it wouldn't be very exciting if I was only reviewing one brand at any moment and it was always sponsored. So obviously I never did anything about the contract and I never worked with them. I did try a couple things back in the day when they first reached out to me, just to like see if I liked any of it. It was mostly just okay for me. I kept this one seamless set, but I actually wear an extra small in all of this, which if you're familiar with my channel, I'm almost always a small. Very rarely do I size down to an extra small, so I think that their sizing is a little weird. I'll review this seamless set today, but I also got a bunch of their newer stuff that I know their current athletes like, so we will try those out as well. I got the Animal Scrunch, some more seamless, and then their Naked line, which I heard the Naked line is pretty good. You can always get 10% off their website with any of the athlete codes. I just found a random one from a girl on Instagram for this, but their stuff is still like really expensive. Like all of the leggings are like $60 to $70, and the sports bra was like $50. So this is like more expensive than Gymshark, and at least the stuff I tried in the past, the quality didn't seem like $70 stuff to me. When I think $60 to $70, I think like it's got to be at least the quality of like a Funny Athlete. And I just didn't really find this to compare, at least, but maybe they've improved their stuff. That's why we got 3 of the new pairs of leggings and a new sports bra. Again, bought all this stuff with my own money, totally unsponsored. If you like my brutally honest reviews, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, because you never know when I'm gonna upload, because I don't have a schedule, so it's a little surprise. And give the video a thumbs up as well. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first I wanted to start out with the leggings I got like 2 years ago. These are the old seamless leggings. I don't really know what they're called, and I'm not sure they even have them on the website anymore. I feel like these were kind of their first iconic leggings. These are an extra small, so they definitely are a size down for me, but they fit like any other small legging I've ever had. They're a marl seamless material, and they just have one of those like press-on vinyl logos. Super tall ribbed waistband. They have one of those very subtle like widow's peak booty contour details, which I'm like here or there about. I don't know if this really helps enhance your glutes or not. Some shading detail down the leg, and then at the very bottom of the leg, they actually have some mesh detail, but it's not like a delicate mesh. It's actually pretty strong. These leggings are quite thin though, and definitely a very light compression, so they don't really remind me of like a Gymshark seamless legging or anything that has a lot of compression. So let's try these on real quick. Here are the leggings, and as you can see, they're very high-waisted. I don't love to have to roll down my leggings, but even with these, like if I roll it down a little bit, it is still above my belly button. So I do kind of prefer to roll these down a bit. And it's kind of crazy to me that even in an extra small, I still do have like a little bit of room in the crotch. They're just like super stretchy. I don't know, I hate when brands run like an entire size small, because people just want to get their same size. Peach says hello again. Hi, pretty girl. And I have a very long torso, so if this is this high-waisted on me, if you're short, this is literally going to go to the bottom of your bra. So you can see some of the contour leg details. Also has that little widow's peak booty contour detail. Again, I'm not really sure it actually enhances the glutes, but because these are so stretchy and very form-fitting, they are very flattering on your glutes. I'd say medium-high on the booty scale. They have a little bit of texture as well, so you might get a little bit of cellulite coverage, but overall they're pretty thin. And if I remember right, they do show some sweat. They are decently full length though, which is nice. And sit test, these definitely have the capability of rolling down when you sit, because they just are so high-waisted. And I don't think that these are the most opaque leggings, if you know what I mean. So let's do a little squat test and move on to some other leggings. And then I got the matching sports bra in an extra small as well. And usually when I see a high neck sports bra, I do expect like some support. This one really doesn't have great support. So it's a very high neck, and then it has some of that same mesh in the back. So it's very breathable, and it has a little cutout. And one of the things I absolutely hate about this bra is that it doesn't have any of those seams that like separate the cup pad area. So if you can see this right now, the cup pads are literally all like together in the middle of the bra. Like this is like one big cup pad all together, because the cup pad's just one want to be in the middle of the bra and become a uniboob. So that's always bothered me about this bra because it just goes all over the place. All right, so this is the sports bra before adjusting the cut pads. And as you can see, I have a third boob right in the middle of my chest. So I'm gonna go adjust this. So I think that's the best I can do in terms of this sports bra, but the cut pads still don't quite sit exactly where I would like them to be because this bra is just like so open on the side. We have a lot of side boob. I wouldn't even say it's like too small of a bra because it feels like really okay in like the bottom band and everything. It's just not very friendly to my girls. Also, sometimes high neck bras can look really nice on me. Other times they kind of like gather a little bit and gape. This is kind of like one of the gaping ones. I would definitely not feel comfortable doing any sort of high impact activity in this bra because I feel like I would definitely fall out of it, and it is just not very high support. I don't feel very supported. That's the front of the bra. I have the little Ryder Wear logo around here, and here is the back. It is definitely a nice open back, very breathable, and it's cute. It's just not the best sports bra. So we're gonna move on because you can't even get the sports bra anymore. So okay, so first of the newer leggings that we're trying on. These are the Instinct Scrunch Bum leggings in leopard gray. I felt like this animal collection was super hyped up by a lot of their athletes, and I've heard good things about it. They all said this felt like an Align dupe, and like it's like very, very slightly brushed, but this does not at all feel like Align fabric to me. It is definitely a soft brushed fabric though, but it's not nearly as brushed as Align's, and I would imagine it'd be a little more performance. It's a pretty bold animal print. They have brighter colors as well. I just thought that this gray one was kind of nice. Here's a close-up of the fabric, and then they have Ryder Wear down the side. This logo does feel a little more quality than their old press-on logos, so I think that this is improved at least. They also have a logo on the back here, and then here is the scrunch. It looks like a very mild scrunch, so I don't think it's going to be as extreme as something like a CLS scrunch. They do have a front seam, and they also have a seam at the top of their waistband, which I'm not super excited about this top seam because I do think it's gonna cut in. I was told to stick with my extra small and size down in this as well because I did wear a size extra small before. It's looking a little small. These are $62.95, which is pretty expensive. I think they run sales like pretty often, but their starting price is definitely pretty high. But let's try this on. Here are the animal print leggings. I could have maybe done a small because the extra small is feeling a little bit small. Still gonna do my best. I think no matter what size I would have gotten, this top seam would have been a problem. As you can see, it is definitely giving me a little bit of muffin top, and if I sit, oh, it's cutting in. It's cutting in quite awfully. Combination of being a tight top seam and also maybe getting the extra small. They're about a mid to high rise, go right to the belly button. You can't really pull them up much more or else you do get some invasive problems with the front seam. I will say in the extra small, I don't have any extra fabric. I definitely have some tightness in the knees though, so I don't think this is the best fabric just because I like for a fabric to be like compressive yet stretchy at the same time. I'm feeling like these are just compressive and not really stretchy. So definitely some tightness in the squat. I think you definitely would get some nice lower tummy control in this waistband just because it is a double thickness here and it goes right in the lower tummy area, so that's a plus. A little shorter on me. These are about 7/8 length. Definitely some cellulite coverage in the print because prints just will do that to you. I give these a medium to high compression. They are pretty compressive. Again, that does come with some tightness. The waistband has compression as well, and then, oh my gosh, I'm literally getting a line on myself from this top seam. This is not comfortable. And then we have the back part. So these seams do go on my glutes. They really should go a little bit above my glutes because this kind of cuts off the line of the glutes and doesn't enhance as much. So I really only give these a medium on the booty scale, even though they do have the slight scrunch. Here's the scrunch straight on. It's just like not really doing much. It's kind of just sitting on the surface and not really giving me any separation. So I would say it's not the best scrunch I've ever seen. I feel like it would look the same if I didn't even have a scrunch on it. You might also get some sweat coverage with a print like this, but I wouldn't say it's a totally sweat proof because fabric just doesn't really feel like it. Also a decently thick legging, so I would say it's pretty warm as well. So yeah, I would stay true to size in these. I don't think I'd recommend them because there's literally so many animal print leggings out there that I think are more flattering on your glutes, stretchier, and don't have this like really restrictive top seam. So not my fave. So I got the Animal sports bra to match the leggings. I did get this in a regular size small. This was $47.95. Got it in the same color. They're pretty heavy on their logoing. I guess it's not as noticeable because the animal print does kind of like blend it in a little more, but they do just have rider wear across the front of the bra. They have one of these cutout details, which I don't like these cutout details in sports bras because the boob sweat just falls right out of it. It's not something I like to happen at the gym, but it has happened before. Looking at you, Whitney sports bra. Very basic sports bra shape. I don't think it has a ton of room in the cup area, so we'll see how it fits me. But it does have little adjustable straps and, okay, oh, this is good. The straps are adjustable and they have one of these little like hook and eye things that you can hook on to this side of the sports bra to make it kind of like a crisscross back. So that's a nice option. Here's the sports bra, and I'm glad I didn't size down to an extra small because even a small, this thing isn't really holding me very well. So it's definitely a low coverage. Even when I like lift it up and tighten the straps, still doesn't provide like a lot of top coverage. Definitely more side boob coverage than I did on the last sports bra, so that's a plus. Another reason why I don't like these little keyhole cutouts is my boobs usually just collapse it and you can't even see that there's a little cutout at all because my boobs just cover it up. Not a fan of that. More scooped for my liking. I would like a little more coverage up here, but if you're just looking for a very plain, almost bandeau type sports bra, this is bandeau sports bra. And I actually think this might be a little more supportive than the last sports bra just because this material is very thick and compressive, but I would still say light to medium support. These straps are very uncomfortable. I kind of hate like thin spaghetti straps because they just put all of the stress of like holding your boobs up onto one thin little strap and it just cuts into your traps. It's just not my favorite thing. They do get some bonus points for having adjustable straps though. I do appreciate that. And the back is also very plain. So also wouldn't recommend the sports bra unless you have small girls. Next, I got the Naked high-waisted leggings in navy, and these ones are $69.95, which is very expensive for a basic pair of legging. So if I'm gonna spend $70 on a basic legging, it's gotta sweep me off my feet. It's gotta be everything and more in a legging. Like the animal print one, I feel like I heard so many people call these Align dupes, like buttery soft, super naked feel, and I'm just not getting those vibes from this material. It has like the tiniest layer of brush to make it not shiny, but it's definitely more of a performance material, at least feel-wise, than it is like a brushed, buttery soft, naked, aligned feel. That was a lot of comparison words. So they have a pretty thick waistband up here. Luckily, these don't have a seam at the top. Love to see that. I literally thought that mine were made backwards because usually when you see one of these like kind of like half moon pocket type details in the waistband of a legging, like this kind of like little like circle-y doodad where you put like the key in, usually it's on the front side of the legging and this is on the back side. And I'm like, is this meant to be like that? Because I've literally never seen it on the back of a legging, which I probably kind of like it on the back better because then you don't see it from the front, but that just like really threw me off because I was like, is the logo supposed to be like front and center on the leggings? Anyways, here is the logo and here's kind of a close-up of the fabric. It's definitely not super fuzzy, not super brushed. The waistband is pretty tall itself. We do have a front seam, pretty common at this point. Another little Riderwear logo on the front. This one kind of feels like a cheap vinyl, kind of like the first one. It does have an extended crotch gusset and oh my gosh, the extended crotch gusset literally goes to the bottom of the legging. Usually it ends around like knee, maybe even calf, but this goes all the way down. And now that I have them on, I see a little more of what people were saying about the naked feel, but they're definitely not a brushed, buttery, soft naked feel. If I had to relate these to a pair of leggings, I think I would relate them to the CRZ leggings. I forget exactly what the CRZ ones are called, but they're on Amazon and they're kind of like an Align dupe, but they're a sleek performance material. That's kind of the vibes I get from this. So definitely gives me performance material vibes, which could be a good thing if you're, you know, don't like leggings that pill very much. And I really do like the height and placement of their waistbands in the front, but in the back it kind of goes south because the band just extends too far along the glutes for me. But if you really are someone who's looking for like a tummy control legging, all of the waistbands are really high and cover the entire like lower tummy region. So that's pretty good. Also pretty compressive in this area. Overall, they're about a medium compression. Sorry, I forgot to mention this is a size small. So I would definitely say it's true to size, but at least now we know that their leggings are a little more true to size than they used to be. They do have a front seam, but I'm not pulling them up very much, so it's not causing me any problems. In the size small, I don't have any extra fabric anywhere. These might have a little bit of cellulite coverage just because it is kind of a thicker material and it's not quite as thin as some, has a little bit of compression to it. It also feels like it would be a nice sweat wicking material as well. So still about a 7/8 length for me. I think that these will do well on the sit test. Yeah, they're really not cutting into me anywhere. Doesn't have a seam at the top of the waistband. So these are actually pretty comfortable. And we go to the back. Here's them kind of straight on. I don't really think they're doing anything special for the glutes. These aren't really a legging that I think you can pull up your glutes very much to enhance them. So I would just give these medium, maybe medium to low. No, I'll give them a medium on the booty scale. They're not horrible, but they're not really doing much. So definitely the most solid legging we've tried today. Didn't really follow my expectations, but still decent. They are $70 though. I would not pay $70 for these. I don't think they're anything special. I think there's a lot of comparable Amazon leggings to these, like Sears Yoga, Colorful Koala. I would both pick instead of these simply for the price. If you can get them on sale for like $30, I may consider them. But if you're looking for like a true brushed naked feel legging that'll enhance the glutes, I would skip these. And lastly, I wanted to try one of their updated seamless leggings. These are the Freestyle high-waisted seamless leggings in the color steel blue, and I did size down to an extra small again. I really hope that's right, but these kind of look like just like the amped up version of the first leggings I tried. The fabric definitely feels like a more sturdy seamless material though, so that is good to see. Still pretty expensive. These are $62.95 and still some definite heavy logoing. This kind of gives me like varsity vibes. So here's the waistband. It's definitely more of a thick, kind of like not so soft Gymshark seamless type material, but definitely going to be more compressive. Still has that Widow's Peak booty contour detail, but it's actually made of a ribbed material. So there's actually like ribbing along it. It's not just a different color. It's actually like a different fabric. And there's also some textured fabric details down the leg with some ribbing at the bottom. So the very bottom of these also gives me like sock legging vibes. I'm saying vibes a lot today. I don't know how I feel about it. Then here's something that I've never understood about brands. You have your name Ryderwear huge on the waistband here. It's huge. But then like, why do you need to put another little Ryderwear logo right here? You didn't need to have that. I will say the inside of these leggings are actually kind of soft. It's not really brushed, but it's definitely softer than the outside. So let's try these on. All right, the final pair of seamless leggings. I was a little worried about the extra small just because the naked leggings in the small fit me well, but I think the extra small and the seamless is actually a good idea. So seems like sizing down in the seamless leggings is an option. I wouldn't say you absolutely have to size down in the seamless, but you can. So these ones definitely feel nicer and more premium than the first seamless leggings I had. Still definitely a high waist. So if you have a short torso, you might have a couple issues with these. So even in the extra small, these do actually have quite a bit of stretch. So I definitely think that their seamless materials are very stretchy. They are still pretty lightweight though. So I wouldn't say these have a ton of compression. These ones are like a medium compression. The first ones were more of a light. They are a seamless front and I am not having a lot of gathering or a lot of like Barbie crotch situation. So that's pretty good. And again, about a 7/8 on me. I have to say, I'm not like a huge fan of all the different textures down the legs. Like it's kind of a lot of textures. I could have maybe done with just like the stripe at the top and on the bottom. Here's the back face on. Again, we have that little Widow's Peak detailing. It's a little more pronounced with the ribbed material. I would say these are actually medium to high on the booty scale. The seamless leggings, they're just pretty flattering on the glutes. They truly don't squish them down at all. And I would actually say you have some cellulite coverage with these as well because this textured area kind of goes right around the bulk of your thigh. That is also a nice little feature. Texture and prints on leggings is definitely your friend if you are looking to hide cellulite. Not so sure about sweat proofness. It probably will show a little bit of sweat. These are high, but they don't feel quite as high as the first seamless. I am getting them rolling down a little bit, but rebounds pretty well when you stand up. Still, this is something I would buy on sale and not at $62 because that's just kind of a lot for seamless leggings. And I don't think that these are incredible quality. For one, I can kind of see like the residue of the pressed on logo. I don't know if you can see it, but that's something I've been able to see on like Gymshark leggings. You can see like a square where they like used to press on the little logo seal, and that always gives me kind of cheap vibes. Just thought I'd mention, we know I like to nitpick on this channel. That's it for the seamless leggings. All right guys, so that is it for the review. I hope each and every one of you is drinking water while you're watching my reviews, because let me tell you, I go through like 2 to 3 of these while I'm filming. My voice just gets tired. I don't talk that much normally. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Give the video a thumbs up if you've been wanting me to do this review. And yeah, overall, I think I would have liked everything if it was like an affordable brand. I'd be like, yeah, this is good stuff at an affordable price. But the fact that this is like 2 times the amount of money I'd want to spend on any of these pieces, I'd have to say I don't give a high recommendation, at least to buying things full price. For the sales, I'd say maybe go for it if any of these caught your eye. And I also just wanted to say, the more I wore this bra and I was like bending over changing leggings, I literally almost fell out of it. So not a positive. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.